Hello and welcome to a new video. Last episode I did say that we're gonna do the structures, but after some thinking I realized that if I do the structures first, where am I supposed to put them? So basically I have to do the ground first. And what I've decided to make is a floating island. So for this I'm gonna use GoBrush and then GoPaint and a little bit of Archeon. The way GoBrush works is that you punch in the air and it opens this menu right here. As you can see, it is disabled. So to enable it, we have to do /GoBrush toggle. So now we can change the size if we want. I'm gonna do a kind of big size. And here we can choose our brush. I'm gonna use this one, Mountain 2. So this brush looks like this. It's kinda all over the place, but that's exactly what I want. The intensity here, if I make it maybe to 10, it's gonna make it, taller, if that makes sense. So I'm gonna do a little bit of that. Maybe that's too much. Now, the next step is to select the whole area. And here's a simple command for you. If you select it and then do smooth, like that, it's gonna smooth everything for you. And that is super helpful for making huge mountains like this. Since I have all this selected already, I'm gonna stand above it right here. Then I'm actually gonna cut it. And then I'm gonna look up and then flip it. So that way you can turn it around completely. And now you have your, like, the underside of the actual mountain. But this looks kind of empty and kind of bland. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a boulder brush from Archeon. So it's arc brush, boulder, and then I can choose the material. I'm gonna use stone. Then the width should be 10 maybe. Let's put 0 for smoothness and then do 30. So if I make, I'm also gonna make a smaller variant. So 7 up to maybe 20. Now we can put these around. Okay, that looks good. Now for the upper part, I'm gonna do the same thing as I did with the actual grass, which is just putting GoBrush everywhere. As you can see, it's not gonna mess out the outline here. It's gonna put it down here. So that can create edges that are very steep like this, and I don't really like that. So I'm gonna start over a little bit. Also, a smaller size would be good for the upper part. So now that we have used a little bit of GoBrush on the upper part, I'm gonna do the same thing as I did before, and that's smoothing the whole upper part. But for that to not ruin everything, I'm gonna be just at this level right here. Pose 1, and then select pose 2 over here. So now I'm not gonna destroy anything of the upper part. I'm also gonna add some rocks everywhere. If you don't have Archeon, you can make a little bit of an asset pack. So you can do like a sphere of stone, and then you can put down like that. and then you can make your own stone, and then you can copy paste this all over. Select this again. So select this and then copy. And then I can go down here and then paste it down. And then I have little rock, and then I can put one over here. And okay, so now that we have our rocks everywhere, now we get into GoPaint. So GoPaint is basically the same as GoBrush, but GoPaint is more for the coloring stage. And it works like this. You can put your block in head there, and that's the mask. That's what, like the block we're gonna replace. So now that I have like a magenta block in here and then a grass here, if I try to paint on this rock here, it's just gonna paint onto the grass. And if I turn the mask off, it's gonna paint on everything. The first thing I wanna do is to replace all the grass with stone. The grass blocks down here should not be grass, they should be some kind of rock. So that's why I'm gonna replace all the blocks here so I can organize myself. So what I'm gonna do is to replace all the stone with diamond blocks. And that's so I can... And the reason why I did that is so I can replace the grass blocks with stone. Now it's kind of easier for me to imagine things. That's definitely gonna be enough for the stone. You don't have to use like 6 blocks for your palette. You can use 3. I can choose a sphere brush, and then I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller. Now I'm gonna paint around these bigger rocks, so it's gonna look like a shadow. Next I'm gonna move on to the highlights. So this I'm gonna be putting onto the diamond blocks. I'm gonna use splatter brush for this, and the reason for that is because I don't want a straight and very sharp edge. I want it to be kinda random. We can do the same thing onto these up here. Next block is andesite, so that's what we're gonna put around the smooth stone. I feel like we need a good block for all of the stone down here, so I'm gonna use tough for that. I think I can actually replace all of the stone that's left with grass blocks. So I'm gonna try doing that with this command. Yeah, it looks alright. I don't like this though, so I have to do something about that. This looks really messy, so I'll have to fix that. I don't want this much stone on the upper half. I just want these ones to kinda be a contrast to all the grass. I think it's time to add some greenery to all this. So the way I'm gonna do that is to select the whole upper area. Then I'm gonna use Gmask, air, and then I'm gonna be using overlay, grass. So how this works is that it just puts onto an like a layer of grass on all the blocks. Ooh, so satisfying. Okay, so the next step would be to paste this onto this. Fly down here, copy, and then where do I want to put it? So maybe over here. Let's try that. Oh, whoops. I forgot my G mask. Turn that off. And now let's try. I think I can actually like rotate it. Yeah, now I'm happy with the placement. I can add some vines down here though. Let's do that. Okay, so again, there are so many ways you can put down vines over here. The way I'm gonna do it is that I'm gonna put down diamond blocks everywhere. So I'm gonna drag them down like this. Okay, and now I can replace near. Let's do 20 diamond blocks, and then I'm gonna replace them to lilac. And that's just one way you can make vines like this. Another thing you can do is to put down fences like this, and you can make them slope down, and now it's gonna look like a little vine. I can of course make it more interesting by making it hang down a little bit, just like that. Okay, so now I have put down a bunch of different heights and different placements and all the stuff. So now the next step is to just find some good flowers and blocks that I can replace all these with. Okay, so let's try replacing the gold with twisting vines, see how it looks. I do want some blue orchid in here because I like the flower. Yeah, I like the colors. Okay, looking good. I feel like I want to add some more of these, like the fences. So I'll be back when I have done that. Okay, so now that we have done that, I feel like it's a little bit more lush than before. Okay, I'm really happy how this looks so far. I do want to see it in with shaders actually. Looking cool. So now that we added the floating island, I think it looks way more alive and it feels like an actual world and not just a random sculpture flying around. So now I feel like it could be somewhere in a fantasy setting, you know. Exciting. Um yeah, that has been it. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.